Hey guys, Civics Boy here, and we have layer 2 complete on the HAF 922. So the build is pretty much all done. We're just waiting on a few parts, but let me quickly go over what I actually did for layer 2. First thing, this is the 24-pin motherboard power, which is actually right down here, and it's being plugged into a 24-pin power extension made by NZXT, where each individual wire is sleeved and shrink wrapped. So we got that, and that's plugged into the 24-pin power, and it's snaking around to the front. I'll show you guys the other side in a second. This right here, this is the 8-pin CPU power. Again, it's coming down over here, coming out through this cable management hole, and it's being plugged into another power extension made by NZXT. Again, each individual wire or cable is sleeved. Again, we have your fan cables, coming down and plugging into the fan controller adapters are here, or plugs. We have all the serial ATA power and 4-pin Molex for the cold cathode power cords coming from the power supply and plugging into our hard drives right here. We've got the cold cathode box and also the LCD screen power for the fan controller all plugged in over there. All the data, serial ATA data cables are coming out through this hole right here, and I don't know if you can see that, but coming up from the bottom, plugging into our CDRWs and CD-ROM drive right there. So for that's pretty much it right there. You know, nothing too fancy. Again, it looks like a mess, but everything's pretty much tucked away. This is a SATA data cable, which is not long enough, so it's kind of being pulled, so there's not much slack. So it's kind of at an angle, but you know, it's black, so who cares. Let me see what I'm forgetting here. Yeah, that's all we've got as far as layer 2. We don't have a lot of cables that we needed to hide, so that's how it looks like, guys. Let me go ahead and show you guys the other side and show you the fruits of our labor. Stand by. Alright guys, so here's the inside of our case. So let me go ahead and show you how the cable management looks. This is the 24-pin power extension by NZXT, and then back here, that is the 8-pin CPU power extension, also made by NZXT, plugging into their associated plugs on the motherboard. We have his Patriot Sector 5 DDR3 1600 megahertz memory, 4 gigabytes, and we have the SATA cables plugged into there. And remember that one that was kind of crooked, it's back here, which you can't really see because it's black, so it's okay. Now what we did, he wanted the power supply actually mounted upside down with a fan sticking up. Now he wanted this just for a little extra cooling of the interior of the case, which is okay. I mean, it does add a little bit more cooling to it. The fan doesn't actually spin all that fast when it's on idle anyways, so it didn't really matter. The only thing that was a challenge with mounting the power supply upside down was the hardwired cables, which are the 24-pin, the 8-pin, and the 2 PCI Express power cables right there. But we kind of made it at least somewhat clean. You know, we zip tied it together back there, and it kind of has like that L-shaped angle to it going back to the cable management hole back there. So it's not that bad. Also, don't know if you guys can see that as well, but all we used as far as modular cables are 3, which is the 2 SATA power cables and the 1 4-pin Molex. And for the most part, cables are pretty hidden, not too bad. And the reason why I have my ATI 5870 hooked up on here is to show the people who are wondering how long of a video card this case can hold. As you can see, the big gap between the card and the hard drive cage. It's actually about a 4.5 to 5 inch gap if you're using the long 5870 cards. So you shouldn't have a problem fitting any of the larger video cards in here. And the fan controller for the V8, we actually have the wire running underneath the video card and coming up behind all the sound card and whatnot, going up to where it's supposed to. And we're still waiting on the rubber grommets by Cooling Master. And I know I'm kind of doubting whether or not they sent it like they said they did, but we'll find out in a couple days. If I don't get it in a couple days, I'm gonna give them a call back and see what they say about it. And what I have running back here, he has a media center remote that he didn't want to mount on the outside of the case, so we actually, and the cable was long enough, the USB cable was long enough to where we can mount it. Let's see if I can get a good angle back there, which I probably can. I don't know if you can see that or not. But the IR blaster is actually on the bottom expansion slot, which he didn't get an internal card reader because he has an external one, so he really didn't need the internal one, so we just went ahead and stuck the IR blaster of the remote in there and ran the cable underneath and coming up back there. So that's how it looks like, guys. Build's almost done. We're gonna throw in his old graphics card, which is a 9600 GSO made by XFX. We're gonna throw that in here, and he's gonna be using that until he gets his new video card. I don't know when it comes out. I guess it's supposed to be sometime beginning of next month, but who knows. Alright guys, Civic Sport out.